wanted to talk a little bit today about the possibility of people returning to face-to-face work. I'm hearing a lot of anxiety and concerns. Well, I'm hearing lots of feelings around this actually. There are certainly therapists who have not enjoyed being online at all. They find it exhausting. They find that they're not feeling the same type of connection with their clients. And there's maybe potential for boundary difficulties when they're within their home, or logistic concerns with having children in the house who are doing virtual school while they're trying to see therapy clients. There's a lot of reasons that it's not been a good fit for some therapists. So I'm happy for those therapists that maybe the end is in sight, that you're going to be able to go back to your office or your place of employment, and life can maybe get a little bit more back to whatever our new normal is going to be. There are also therapists who have discovered they love online therapy. They love working from home. They love not having a commute. They love the more relaxed environment they can have, but with only needing to dress professionally from the waist up, being barefooted in shorts if you wanted to, and just the quality of life. I personally love, if I have a cancellation, I can go throw in a load of laundry. I can take my dog for a walk. I don't have to pack up a lunch. I can just walk down to the kitchen and make my lunch, and actually even have lunch with my husband, who also works from home. So I think that there are different preferences around this, of course. We're all individual and unique, and we're going to figure out what works best for us. I just want to open the conversation, however, that this is looming for some people who are feeling a lot of anxiety and maybe need a place to talk about this. How is that feeling? What is that looking like? If you are with an agency, then there's probably somebody there who's making that decision. They might be putting together guidelines and procedures. Much like teachers have been doing, there's going to need to be procedures between clients for safety, wiping down surfaces, wearing masks within the office, or not wearing masks within the office, all of those things. So if you're with an agency or a company, most likely they're putting those things together for you and making those decisions for you. However, if you're a solo practitioner or a group owner, it's a little bit harder to figure this out. Some people are deciding that they're going to do a hybrid practice. They want to see some of their clients still online. Some of their clients are saying, I want to stay online. They also have some clients that they feel would benefit best from being back face-to-face in the office, or they want to have that separation of having days where they're going into the office instead of working from home. When I was initially doing online therapy, I was doing a hybrid thing, but from the office. So I would have a combination of, I could see a face-to-face client at 9, my 10 o'clock client might be online, I might have a couple more face-to-face, and it was sort of seamless for me. I didn't set aside specific times or days of the week that I was doing online therapy, although that does work well for some people, and that certainly is an option. But in general, the onus is now on you if you're a solo practitioner or a group owner and you're trying to navigate this. At this point, I think most of the liability insurance companies are saying basically do your due diligence. I would still encourage you to reach out to them to find out if they have a recommendation for a waiver, whether you need to have clients sign a waiver that they understand that these are the precautions you're taking, that these are the risks to them, and if you're offering an alternative to online therapy, or if you're offering to refer them out if they're not comfortable coming into the office and you're not offering online therapy. What are those options? So I think one of the things that will be helpful for people is to start thinking through this process. What are the decisions that need to be made? What are the resources for making those decisions? Who are your people to help you with that? So we have your liability insurance company. Your professional body might have some guidance around this. Colleagues obviously are going to be a really good source. If you're part of a peer support group or community, that's a really good place to get that type of feedback as well. But I also just want to normalize that it's okay you're feeling that way. This has been a long year of this. Our profession has been hit really hard. Most of us are exhausted. I don't even have referral sources any longer. I'm scrambling when people ask for referrals because it's hard to find people who are still taking new clients. I know of group practices that are busting at the seams with clients and they can't hire somebody because everybody is working. So I just want to normalize that there's a lot of things that are going on that are difficult and not something that we were trained for or even could have anticipated. So I want to encourage you to take some control of the situation first of all and make a plan for how you're going to make this decision. Okay, just so you have that confidence that you do have some steps that you can reasonably take to put a plan in place to make the best decision for you and your practice and your clients. I also want to encourage you to allow yourself to feel those feelings. Just like with our clients, this is a big deal. This is very frightening for a lot of people. Most of us know one or more people who have been severely impacted by COVID, either illnesses or deaths or ways in which their lives have been compromised. We still don't know what the new normal is going to be. There's a lot of anxiety around social engagements because we don't have social norms right now. We go places, and at one point, and you might have been in an area where people were required to wear masks, so you had a level of comfort that if you were going to go there, people were going to have on masks, but there were also people who would not follow those rules. We don't know, when you see somebody you haven't seen in a while, do we do the elbow bump? Do we wave? All of those things that would come more naturally to us when we were in social circles and social environments that we were within our comfort zone, we don't have those anymore. So there's so much more anxiety in general about getting out and about more, but then also transitioning with your work life. So I just want to let you know that you're not alone in this. There's a lot of therapists out there, a lot of business owners out there who are trying to navigate this and figure out what's best for them. I also want to say that you matter too. If you are finding that your practice at home, online, whatever you've transitioned to, if you're really loving that and that's a good fit, it's okay to choose to do that. You might have some clients who are not happy with that you might have some clients that are saying, but I started seeing you in an office and I want to go back to an office, and that's okay. You can help them process that situation and help refer them to somebody who is going back to an office. But your quality of life, your needs, your sustainability in this field by taking care of yourself, those are important aspects to consider. And there are things that we don't always consider, unfortunately. It tends to be more about what's best for the business, what's best for the client, what is expected of me professionally. But if we don't look at that piece of ourselves, if we can't take care of ourselves and do what's best for us as well, putting that in the equation, then we're not going to be able to provide the best services that our clients need. I see it as a win-win for everyone if we can look at our own needs as part of those types of decision making. So I dropped a comment in here that this is a good place to get this conversation going. So please reach out if you have questions or concerns or fears or are looking for resources to make this decision, or you've made the decision and you're struggling with people who might give you some pushback. I've been there. I transitioned my brick and mortar practice to 100% online. It was really hard telling all my clients that. You're going to have the reverse of that now. You're going to have clients who want to go back or expecting to go back, and you may not want to do that. And that's okay. So you process that with them. You support them. You empathize. You give them referrals and resources. But it's still okay to make that decision for yourself. So I just wanted to let you know this is a safe place to get this conversation going, whether you're seeing this in my Facebook business page, and my Facebook group, or my Facebook membership page, any of those places. This is a good place to have that conversation. And I think it's on a lot of people's minds right now, and we need to start normalizing the concerns, supporting each other, and figuring out what this next step is going to look like in our field. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me.